My name is Sarah. I was born and raised in Placerville, always grew up in California. And my story actually started in Florida. I moved there for the summer. I was working there in Disneyworld, and I was feeling not very good one day. I thought I was just maybe getting sick or something. I was standing up in the parking lot, and my right leg started to get extremely weak, and so I went to talk to my manager. I was going to go home. He wanted to make sure everything was going okay, so the medics came. They tested my blood sugar, my blood pressure, anything that they could test there, and everything was normal. So they were just going to send me home. I stood up to walk out of the office, and both my legs just completely gave way. And from that point, I couldn't walk at all. And so they took me to the ER. They're like, this is now the point where you go to the hospital. And I was laying there, and it just kept getting worse. They would ask me to lift my legs up off the bed, and I would try with all of my might, and could not lift my legs even more than 2 inches. And they would not let me eat anything, they would not let me take anything. They started doing so many tests trying to figure out what was wrong. I did MRIs for hours, I did a spinal tap, I did blood tests nonstop. I actually ended up in the hospital for 10 days, and they treated me in the ICU and were trying to teach me how to walk again, teach me how to get dressed in the morning, teach me everything all over. And I started to gradually get better, and they found out what medicine or what steroid to give me to make me stronger. And so they gave that to me, and they let me go home after 10 days. And it took me another 2 weeks to fully regain my strength, but I did get to get up and going. And all before this, I'm a very physically active person. I teach ballet, I take ballet, I go to the gym every day, so me not being able to walk is a freak of nature. So that was in August of 2010, and then in November, a couple months later, it started to happen again. And I have no idea why. I was in ballet class one day, my legs started to get weak again, and I take ballet every day, so it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. And the next morning, I just couldn't really walk again. My legs were so extremely shaky, they couldn't hold weight. I knew what it was, didn't want it to get worse, because my doctors told me if it gets worse, my body would not be able to function. And I called my doctor, said this is the medicine I need, this is what I took in Florida, give this to me now so I can get better. I took that for a couple weeks, and I did gradually get better. It took some weeks to get over it. And then in January, it relapsed for a third time. This time was worse than the last, because the medicine that I thought was going to cure me again was no longer, my body was no longer responding to it. So I had to take that for a long time. They tried to give me a new medicine. I took it for 5 weeks. They tried to get me to go off of it because the side effects would be extremely bad, and I could not even go off of it, and that's when I came to see Dr. Lubecki. And the very first day, he knew exactly what was going on, and the very next day after my first day of treatment, I was off my medicine, and the day after that, I went to the gym, rode the bike for 8 miles, was good to go. And that was a week ago, and this week so far I've gone on 3 bike rides ranging from 6 to 8 miles and going to ballet class again. If anyone out there has experienced similar symptoms to me or similar frustrations from seeing numerous doctors, can't figure out what's going on, anything of that sort, John Lubecki would be the perfect answer, because he really understands the body, he knows what's going on, and within the first 5 minutes of seeing you, and he can give you that solution and confirmation that you're looking for. With anyone facing any sort of medical challenges, frustrations, anything of that sort, I strongly urge you to call Dr. Lubecki. He's in Fair Oaks, California. His number is somewhere on the screen, and he will solve your problems in a jiffy and give you that understanding and confirmation you're looking for.